Committee stated that it is the committee's recommendation that expenditures be limited until the start of the new fiscal year. The treasurer acknowledged the committee's recommendation. As a note, the treasurer departed the meeting at 10:30 a.m. for a Wednesday and meeting. For the Parks and Rec Director's report, the director provided an update on upcoming events, including the third Thursday Blues Group, Fall Festival, and Trunk or Treat. She noted that monthly potlucks are being scheduled on a month-to-month basis, pending scheduling of floor repairs. A November potluck is currently planned. Members and park users were reminded to return equipment to the storage box after use and to please refrain from dunking on the basketball goals. It was noted that park restrooms will be closed when the weather cools, but the park at large will remain open during daylight hours, and that all visitors should vacate the park shortly after sunset. For the public works director, previously mentioned the dump mattress on Tiger has been removed. Green Goblin has completed mowing for the season, and mowing further will be handled by the POA until May. Park restrooms will remain open until the weather conditions become too cold. The clubhouse is currently scheduled for those warranty floor repairs in January. The protein tank has been refilled and should last through December or January. Sufficient diesel fuel remains until July. The director plans to use the Kubota as much as possible due to its greater fuel efficiency. Community members were reminded that small yard waste and debris may be placed in the POA burn pile across the road from the clubhouse. 3 bids were received for roadside grass cutting contract. Cruz Landscaping and More, $1,775 per month. Green Goblin, $1,800 per month. In His Hands Lawn Care, $2,500 per month. Discussion was had with the Vice President noting the following corrections. Cruz Landscaping and More, $2,000 per month. Green Goblin, $2,050 per month. Lawn Care, $2,500 per month. Ecology and Conservation Director Sanford Whitewood awarded the contract to Green Goblin at $2,050 per month, and the motion was seconded by Vice President Kathy Holmes. The motion carried unanimously. Note treasurer Roxanna had departed prior to the vote. Conservation and Ecology Director's report. Thank the September Roadside Litter Sweep volunteers for their assistance. Shared that the North Carolina DOT has recognized the Area Property Owners Association for 35 years of participation in the Adopt a Highway program and displayed the award and recognition letter. Remind members that time change will occur on November 2nd, 2025. Proposed reinstating the Yard of the Month program and requested opinions from
Do you want to say?
Discussion followed, including suggestion that Neighborhood Watch Committee select the yards. No action was taken.
No, I got my share.
You noted that a cold winter is predicted based on Farmers Almanac and observations of woolly bear caterpillars. Reported that pursuits are not ready as frost has not yet occurred. There is no legal report if that position is vacant. The nominating committee director's report from Ms. Jewell requested volunteers to serve on the nominating committee for the upcoming elections. 2 additional members are needed to complete this committee. Reminded members that volunteers are running for a position on the board of directors as a whole, not for a specific officer position. The financial report, the city treasurer's report, also a member-initiated discussion regarding the need to evaluate volunteer versus paid work models for certain POA functions in reference to the current lack of volunteers. The Neighborhood Watch Committee report, Neighborhood Watch logged 121.5 hours between September 11th and October 9th, 2025. There was a reported incident of a hired cleaner stealing items from a home. Coordinator warns members to always vet tire health. Notes that Medicare open enrollment season is open and shared contact information for the local NCSHIP representative. Discussion ensued. The website coordinator's report reported 205 unique hits and 475 total website hits for the month of September 10th through October 8th. Members initiated discussion about Facebook usage. The coordinator noted that only one Facebook group presence is maintained by the APOA. Again, that being the Arrowhead Beach, North Carolina News and Updates page. The groups are not administered by the board or association. She also invited member submissions for the Instagram page. For the office report, the office will be closed November 22nd through January 7th for the holiday season. There will be a schedule set to send voice messages and email. Any member committee. It was noted that internal meetings may occur informally, but a formal committee requires participation from the currently vacant legal director. It was noted that changes will be a long-term process, and potential changes likely will not be prepared for presentation for a vote before 2027. A volunteer sign-up sheet for that committee was made available. For clubhouse access and use, a discussion was held regarding facility use policies regarding reports of inappropriate clubhouse use, especially alcohol usage during events for minors, and it was agreed that stronger enforcement rules are needed. Members suggested posting clubhouse rules more visibly and added signage as appropriate. Comparisons were made to local facility rental rates and policies, knowing that other organizations charge more, restrict rentals access, and handle alcohol differently. A suggestion was made to eliminate the allowance of alcohol at events hosted by renters. The board acknowledged concerns about alcohol use during events and will consider whether further restrictions are warranted. It was proposed that private event signage be posted during events to help deter unauthorized attendance and interruption of events. Discussion was held regarding member access to the clubhouse. It was noted that the clubhouse is currently locked at all times, and discussion was had regarding general access to membership outside of event rentals. Clarification was requested on whether gate access is recorded. The possibility of restarting security cameras was discussed. For future planning, members suggested a town hall style meeting be added to the meeting schedule. The suggestion was noted, the observation was made that it could be accomplished in concert with the current monthly business planning meetings, and no action was taken. 11:36, we had the closing and prayer.
Any corrections or discussions? Do we need to change the bylaws, wording to discussion group or plant, what are y'all calling yourselves?
Discussion group.
You're not really a committee at this point.
Discussion group.
Discussion group.
Kathy.
Any other corrections, additions?
Kathy.
Can I get a,
Kathy.
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 That's
You either need to, nobody is going to be able to hear this because you're not using the microphone and this is just my phone. So you need to either use the microphone or yell,
okay,
okay?
thank you. Can we get a second? All in favor? So moved. Hello. Now it's time for the officer committee reports, and we're gonna start with Lynn for Parks and Rec.
Thank you.
Good morning. I want to call this report brief but beautiful. We had our annual fall festival, and I would call it really a resounding success. We saw some fantastic costumes this year. We had our crafting tables. Leslie and Ruth spearheaded the creations of turkey wreath, custom magnets, and fall snow globes that sprinkled metallic fall leaves instead of snow. So I reach out to you for a big thank you on that. That was, I don't think we had very many supplies left over from that event. We added this year Adopt a Squash Mallow. I'm not sure if a lot of you are familiar with the Squishmallows. Those are those extra soft squishy pillows that kids are into. They're cartoon characters and you just squeeze them. They're full of some sort of beads, I guess. Anyway, we had Adopt a Squashmallow. The kids got to choose a small squash to adopt and care for until Halloween. After drawing a face on their squash and naming it, they made the adoption official by completing an adoption certificate and took their little squashmallow home. This year, we added a magic show with our neighbor, Steve Kissel, as the magician who absolutely dazzled our crowd. He brought his friends Blondie, who face painted, and Airy Responsible, who sculpted balloons. After recently finishing shows in Las Vegas and other various states, this couple actually traveled to Arrowhead Beach to donate their time for us. So, very grateful to them. A shout out to Ernie Mero, who provided music for our cakewalk, which I think is becoming our community's most favorite game at the festival. thank all the bakers who donated some goods for the prizes for that event. A thank you to Colleen, who donated her time to paint fingernails. And this is a little nostalgic note for me. I want to express my gratitude to Kitty, Marshall, and Garris, who provided our annual hay rides during my last 3 years as Parks and Rec Director. This year, I'd like to thank Stephanie and her husband Tony and our neighbor Bob for keeping up the hayride tradition. And not least of all, I have to thank our neighbor Retha and one of our new associate members, Elizabeth, for their fun-loving spirit and bravery. Yes, they donned the granny pants, and we did have a granny pants game. And the kids insisted on more than just one race, so I think it was a fun addition. Halloween Eve, we had trunk or treat. 12 vehicles participated. We had music, we had treats to give, we had many costume trick-or-treaters come. We even had a tractor-pulled wagon that was filled with not only hay, but people who came to enjoy our celebration. It's also that time of year that we bring back our potluck dinners, and tonight is the first of the season. We convene at 6 p.m. I do invite you to join in. We're planning one in December also, which will be the evening of our community meeting. The Third Thursday group, so I believe is still meeting on November 20th. December 3rd, we're going to decorate the clubhouse for Christmas. And if you have time, I invite you to come on over and join us. We will have all the decorations out and available. That starts at 10:30, December 3rd. So most of you know that my term ends in April. And I want to thank all of you for your continued support. But I also want to give you a spoiler alert. My future plans include a winter doldrums dance. So hopefully, sometime this winter, when we're all feeling cooped in, we'll be able to come over here, enjoy some music, maybe shake our booty a little bit, and have some fun. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Thank you.
Roxanna, you're next, treasurer report.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to begin the report. There were some in the back if you don't have one. So basically, for the month of October, we had, you'll see the banking balances, and next week you'll see the QuickBooks balances. The CAD account has $25,000. There's $25,000 for QuickBooks. The checking account in the bank had $9,118.96. The checkbook balance in QuickBooks had $8,418.64. That's because there were several checks that had not cleared. The reserve in both accounts have $93,300.87, and there's zero due on the credit card. Year-to-date income. Total AMAs received thus far is $93,556.64. Total associate membership renewals, $1,820. Total membership clubhouse rentals to date, $2,675. Total non-member clubhouse rentals, $1,350. Interest year to date is $1,566.59. So total gross income to date is $100,366.78. Total expenditures to date, $87,584.17. In accounts receivable, the money owed to the association, $76,543.23. Here are some updates. We are scheduling a finance committee meeting to discuss the arrears, which will be in between either late November or early December. We need to also finish the budget for 26-27, and I'll provide a narrative which will be included in the newsletter so we can explain why we made the decisions we did and the purchases that we're going to make. Also, Albemarle Boats has donated their copier to the association, which is in very good shape, which will kind of offset buying another copier. Hopefully, not anytime soon, but they are very expensive, but I think this is a wonderful donation to the association. The next is that I got this profit and loss from QuickBooks itself, and this is only for the month of October. This is only for the month of October. So basically, we received $195.16 in AMAs, 800 in clubhouse rentals for members, 400 for clubhouse rentals for non-members. So we had $78 in late fees. Leslie sold some t-shirts, $36. So we had a gross profit of $1,509.16. Now, as far as expenditures, we had the IT, which was $1,817.95. That was for the renewal of QuickBooks. So we had bank service charges, $30. Internet, which is the MediaCom, $268.29. We spent $130.96 on office supplies, $275.56 on postage. For events and programs, which is Parks and Recs, $900 on janitorials, and $60.90 on supplies. Public Works, we had to do some repairs in the clubhouse, at the gatehouse and the, is that correct? The gatehouse? Okay. Thank you, Bill. $797.11, we had to call the plumber. Contract labor, $100. Maintenance supplies, $31.30. Utilities for the entire association was $454.21. Waste management, which is the dumpster, $210.48. So for that month, we had total expenditures of $5,076.76. We also got, of course, the interest for that month for the reserve account, $147.16. So that left a net negative of $3,420.44. That only means that we had more expenditures than income for that month. But we are moving right along. Does anyone have any questions?
Account receivable was a little over 50,000. What's the source of that? Is it mostly past dues?
Yes, ma'am. It's $76,543.23. Yes, ma'am, and the finance committee is gonna be meeting to discuss this. So I will keep you updated next month. Here you go, Lynn.
Another question.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, everybody. Apologize for our tardiness. So when it comes to real estate listings here and relisting properties that are in arrears, is there any plan in place to contact the real estate agent and advise them of the dues that are associated with that property, not the past due, but like the dues that are associated with their AMAs every year, and letting that real estate agent know that they are mandatory? Because I know that I have talked to 2 different real estate agents in here who've told me that it's voluntary and had no clue what it was. So I'm wondering if we are taking proactive action when we see something go up for sale, to contact that agent and say, hey, it's $60 per lot, or $65 per lot, $65 per lot, and it is not voluntary, it's a mandatory due. And that way, it's part of their listing. If the customer who's looking at it is saying to them, oh, what's this? Oh, it's AMAs. Oh, yeah, that's your homeowners association, for lack of everyone else's understanding and how much it is.
Let's put that under items of interest.
Okay, that's fine,
That
Kathy.
really doesn't
Yep, just
go
wanted to
with
bring it
that.
up. Thank you.
Treasurer, yeah, thank you, Stephanie.
Madam President, just a quick comment about that. I think the board needs to investigate. My understanding is state law required realtors actually put that in the listing. That they had to notify any potential buyers that we were an HOA, what the dues were, and what the back dues or fines were on the property. So that was my understanding, the state law required them to do that.
Just a quick response. They actually do that, however, when I purchased three years ago, the ad definitely stated the amount that it did not say per lot, so I came in
Right.
thinking I was only paying that amount for the dues, when in reality it was per lot.
It's when we purchased, we knew there were dues. We did not know they were mandatory. Not that that was a problem. We have no problem paying the dues, but we did not know they were mandatory. And I actually talked to my real estate agent, who called the real estate agent who was listing my house. She said it wasn't mandatory and she had no clue how much they were. She knew there were dues.
I
but it
think
was-
we need to
Yeah.
put that on somebody's to-do list to, address. Yes, thank you.
Just a suggestion, if there is a local real estate, commission or association in the county and or Albemarle area, you can contact them, let them know that their realtors are not doing that part, and they will put word out to the realtors that they need to do that.
Moving along with the, officer and committee reports, I think we have secretary. Next.
Obviously, I don't have much, I just read 5 pages worth of minutes, so, but I do want to thank the office volunteers for their assistance and the newsletter committee volunteers for their assistance. They've all worked hard this past month getting the newsletter ready, and obviously y'all know how much fun the office can be. Other than that, past meeting minutes were approved and will be filed once corrections are made, and that's all I can.
Get a report from Jeff.
That's right. Well,
I didn't do my section, I did one of yours.
the website coordinator is not able to be with us today, so I will be reporting hers on our website, and this is the website not in any way related with Facebook. We had 256 site sessions, so 256 times of someone going to our website over the entire month of October 8th through yesterday. And 153 of those were unique IP addresses. And that's all we have for her.
Office staff, who's reporting for the office staff? Leslie,
What?
do you have a report from the office staff?
Well, we're closing. Last day that we will be working is the Friday before Thanksgiving, but we will be available. We will keep checking with the office every single week. We have assigned different office staff volunteers to check on everything in the office. But apparently Friday nights is a bigger night than any night or any day, which doesn't mean much because there's still likely only 1 or 2 people that come in, but once in a while we'll come down there on a Friday. And if you are going past the office and you see that the lights are on and we're open, stop in if you want something done, because I intend to go down once in a while, and I know Roxanna intends to go down, but I don't think Friday nights there should be a 1 person in the office ever, because it's so dark so early. So everything in the office is going fine. I think we've got a real good group, and we're learning how to deal with everything together. So other than that, everything's fine. And if somebody gets back our tablet so we can record the meetings, it will help.
Okay. Sam?
Good morning. I'm still wanting information for your order of the month to see how many people are still interested in it, thinking we should do it. I've talked to some of the older, property owners, they don't see no use in it. Talked to some newer property owners, they'd like to see it come back. So it's going out on the newsletter, is that right, Tony? We have it on Facebook where you can put your opinion there, or you can go to Arrowhead website and put your opinion there. So that's some information we'd like to know to see if we want to carry that on or not. The second thing, earlier, a couple of years ago, we were talking about putting walking trails back out here. I had no more interest in that, nobody's said anything about it, so if anybody's really interested in that, I'd like to get some information on that, like length, how far you want to walk, where would you like to walk, and stuff like that. That's all I have.
Colleen, we've got you next for a newsletter committee report.
Okay, so the newsletter,
Come on, get on the microphone if you don't mind.
That's all, just turn it on.
is it on?
It's on.
How do you turn it on?
You found it.
Good morning.
Okay, so the newsletter is being, you can hear me okay? The newsletter is being, finished, today, hopefully, it'll be finished, so that we can, get it to Kathy and for her to review, and then we're gonna, on Tuesday, we're gonna do a folding party here, 2 o'clock. Please join us, we're providing snacks. I don't know why.
Turn the other one off.
Oh, maybe you want them off?
There you go.
Is that how? So we have, so Tuesday, join us here.
The volume's too loud.
Maybe it's one of the other
No,
ones?
you're all off.
The volume's too loud.
It's your magnetic personality.
Just
Give her one
shout.
of those. Yeah.
Too close to that speaker.
This is when, that's when I change the batteries out.
Hello, there we go. Much better. Okay, so, yeah, Tuesday, 2 o'clock, come here and help us fold the newsletter. It's, 1 sheet of paper, what is that, that's 4 pages, so it's gonna be very easy to fold, not, having to collate all that kind of good stuff. And then, I know card starts at 6, but we should be out of here before that, we have enough time to finish it. So, please join us, and we're gonna have, light snacks, for everyone. We do need, based on this meeting already, we do need a couple of pieces of information. Leslie, if you could get us, or your office folks get together and decide what dates specifically that you're gonna be closed, for the Thanksgiving week, and you can get it to me, we're gonna put that in a newsletter so people know, what you were just saying before. And then also, we do need the positions that are up for election, in next year. So we can put that in addition to, the information we already have for the nominating
How
committee.
many seats? How many
The seats. There's 3 seats,
Right.
3 seats open.
but what
Right.
seats are they that are, or what people are they that
The
are?
board
leaving?
decides.
No, I know, but like Lynn is not running again.
My position, Lynn's, me, Lynn, and Michelle, the positions are immaterial.
That's right.
But those are just
The
seats.
people that are leaving.
Those are the
Yeah,
people
People
that,
that are rotating off are Bill,
Yeah, Michelle,
Michelle, and Lynn.
that's what I need to know.
Yeah.
So we can put that in there, so it kind of gives people more confidence in their drive. That's basically it. That's basically it. We're gonna mail it on Wednesday, so everybody should be able to receive it by Saturday, so that should be, pretty good. If you don't receive it by Saturday, then contact the office so that they can, figure out what the deal is. And is there anything else you need from me? That's it.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Gail, we have a slot for the RC bylaws discussion group report. Would you like to just? You didn't know I was gonna call on you? Just say you met and what you did.
Well, we did. We met on Thursday night and had some discussion on the actually the RCs more so than the bylaws, because we're hitting them first. And, the main thing that we've discovered is our RCs are missing some sections, some articles, and we're having to combine some of our RCs to get the articles correct. So, but we're working on it, and we'll be working on it monthly until we get it done.
Do y'all have a, next meeting date set yet?
4th of December.
December 4th?
Yeah.
What
So,
time?
we meet at 6.
So it's here.
Uh-huh.
These are the things that we can put in this newsletter of things that are coming up.
The only thing that I was not sure about, we were debating the 6 or 6:30, I don't know if you made a decision.
You're right, 6:30.
Oh, 6:30.
Yeah, 6:30.
6:30 5:30, December the 4th, here.
Mhm.
Do you need people to, volunteer?
We've got 8 on the committee already, on the discussion group.
But everybody would like to come and, observe or just, participate, it's open to everybody, right? Well, it would
Prefer
be.
not.
I know, but it would be, because any kind of community activity would be open to the community. I don't have to put that in the newsletter, but I'm just saying, go ahead.
It's gonna make the meetings just go forever and ever and ever.
It's not bad,
It's good that they
Yeah.
have 8 people.
Yeah, we've got 8
Good
people at
committee.
this point, and I think that's about where we need to keep it. I think anybody who has suggestions can contact me, or any of the people on the committee group. But, I think if we get too many people, we're gonna get too convoluted and skewed, and we're never gonna get anything accomplished.
I don't think you'll have any problem getting anybody else
Yeah.
to come, but
Yeah.
just as a point of, reference is that all meetings that are in the clubhouse are public meetings, except for those at rentals. So anybody can come to the meetings regardless.
We're
Well-
trying to make the meetings productive.
Yeah.
We're trying to, and the discussion within the meetings should stay within the meetings and not go out to the group, because we've already had one happen that's gone out and said that we're getting ready to foreclose on properties, and
Oh my
that's
goodness.
nothing, that's further from the truth, and I'm not gonna have that.
Well, and I'll just add before I recognize John, the way that could work is that group is going to be reporting to the community as a whole when they make progress with what they're doing. So, I mean, it's not like they're doing anything top secret, and I guess if somebody wants to wander in and just observe, I don't know, what the rule is on that, or what, I mean, I know Colleen's talking about being open and
Right.
so people know what's going on, but, John, you have
I'm sorry right now on 2 committees, and I just want to make a comment to the membership. Nothing that you hear about the committees, from committee members, from members in the APOA, is anything other than BS until the committee chairman reports it to the board.
Yeah.
So if you hear rumors, you hear, this is what we're gonna do, you need to either disregard it or just say, I don't believe it, until you hear it reported to the board, because it's not official until the committee reports it to the board.
right, and thank you for that. I think that's what we're all trying to do, is make sure that whatever is reported is accurate and open, and, people have their questions answered at the time that it's brought forward. So thank you for clarifying that we don't need to spread things that may not be true. Anything else from the RC bylaws group? And, Kitty, how about neighborhood watch? Your turn. You have a microphone.
Uh-huh,
Yeah,
I do. Hey, listen.
shout then.
I got their microphone.
Don't go to that.
You're special.
That's what I hear.
Huh?
Get one Bill has, please. That one's sweet.
Okay, there's 2 things at one time. Read and hold them up the phone.
You can do it.
Okay. Halloween, I don't know, in my area, it was quiet. There were a lot of people. I mean, I understand some neighbors said they didn't have anybody, but it was very busy over on Arrowhead and whatnot. So, depending on where you were located is the number of trick-or-treaters you had. But I would like to say, I walk every morning. When I walk, I carry a trash bag with me. And I'd like to say thanks to the parents the kids and the children and the parents for being good stewards of our neighborhood. There was very little trash. You would not have known that it was Halloween out there. So, and I didn't see any busted pumpkins. You used to see busted pumpkins. So I think our neighborhood was very well behaved. A homeowner noticed a lady that seemed to be very confused as to where she was. Once the neighbor got closer to the lady, she noticed that she was wearing a necklace. And this is something I wish maybe we would look into to help some of our neighbors, because it said that she was an Alzheimer's patient, and it had her telephone number on it. So I had never heard of anything like that, and I thought, gee, that's such a great idea. So, seems that the number on the necklace was called, nobody answered. So after several tries, our neighbor, she called the sheriff's department, and while they were on the way, she got a call back from the husband. He had stepped into the bathroom, and while he had gone to the bathroom, his wife had come out, and she's about 3 blocks away from home. So, I'm grateful for the person that took the time, the neighbor, when she saw somebody being confused. So I just wanted to tell you that, because I think that tells you what kind of neighborhood that we have here in Arrowhead. Now, going to reports. There was a report from the committee that there was a car parked behind the clubhouse during one of the rental events. Lynn responded immediately. We have a property owner that owns a lot here in Arrowhead. And the first time that she came, I called the sheriff's department because there was a car and there was evidence that somebody was sleeping in the car. And so the sheriff's department came, they checked her, she had no record on her. There was nothing they could do. So they said that it was up to Arrowhead. Our documents that we have should take care of anybody sleeping in their car. She's back. And this time she had pitched a tent. So I think it's something that really needs to be discussed. I know our RCs say that you're not supposed to be sleeping in campers and you're not supposed to be doing this. Well, she's pitching a tent and and the next day, there was, I had a message from a committee member that this same lady, but she was driving a different vehicle. That's what I can't figure out.
I think she may be confused. I think it was the same vehicle.
She stopped a gentleman that was working on one of the homes in here, and she wanted to take a shower in his house. Did she come to yours?
No, I heard one that one.
Okay, so I don't know about you. I approached her that morning when I came by. The car was parked when I was walking, and I knocked on the hood and everything. She come out of the back seat, and I tell you, my dog, she knew that, this lady was not very friendly. So it's something that we really need to look into. The sheriff's department can't do anything, so it's gonna be up to what happens. It's gonna have to come from you guys.
What's
So,
that car she drives?
it's an orange Jeep. Yeah.
It's my backyard.
Yeah.
And she's also on my property as well.
I see the path. She has a path to
She's
your
going on my
house.
property as well, so we have pictures, but, she's also putting in all the garbage on our side of the,
Not the jugs that she uses. There are,
and she's defecating in the woods, and it's gross for us.
well, and that explains itself, especially when she told the gentleman that she needed to take a shower someplace. I wouldn't knock on somebody's, or go up to
If she's
somebody.
trespassing, you can call the sheriff.
Yeah,
She's
that's why
trespassing.
we have security cameras now in the back of the house to see as a first issue, but she complains about our dog, so. It's one of these things where I don't know what to do, nobody's helping us, and she's very strange.
Just to put it out there
Even
too,
the sheriff's
she's offering to clean houses to take showers. And she specifically asked, it was reported to me, I'm just gonna say it, but, and I immediately sent everything to Kitty, including the letter that she handed to Guy.
Yeah, I sent that, I sent it to Kate.
And she also made this comment, she said, well, I don't think these property owners are here too often, because they're not. And he said, oh no, they're here all the time, which worried me, because it sounded like she was casing.
Oh, absolutely. She won't, oh, yeah.
Well, it's really something, and it worries me because, there's a lot of elderly people in here that could be taken advantage of. And the sheriff's department, the first time when I had called them, and about 11 o'clock that night, they called me back to tell me that she had no record or anything, but they said she's a very strange lady. So,
Well, I think the sheriff's department needs to get involved if
she was parked, well, she was partially, and I pointed that out, and she was hollering at me and told me to get out. I said, ma'am, I'm not on your property. So her car is parked in the right of way, and the back of it is parked in the parking lot. But I just noticed the path that she has over back to Melissa's house. Hey, John.
So I'd make a recommendation to the board, because if she's on her own property, the sheriff's department's not gonna do anything. If she trespasses on others, they will.
Yeah.
But the board can write a letter and hand deliver it to her.
She doesn't live here, John.
I know, but if
When
she's
she's
there,
there.
but if she's there, go up and hand deliver it to her, and take a picture of you hand delivering it to her. After you do that the third time, then you can start to take action.
Well, and she comes in and, oh, I know, the other thing that she told the gentleman, can I take a shower? But she also said that she was building a house, so.
She ain't building nothing.
Okay, we'll,
So,
thank you, you've given it to us, Kitty,
Yeah,
thank you so much.
that's what we
Another
need to
comment?
do.
Just quick comment, it almost sounds like this person might be in need of adult protective services, social services of some sort. So the humane thing, and I don't know all of Carolina laws, but to somehow reach out to those institutions rather than police enforcement.
Well, and by the time, you know, the interesting thing this time, she was there more than one night too. And she had pitched a tent for this time. The last time she had a little tent outside her.
If she's the homeowner, we can get her name and all that information off the,
It's under a church name.
I've got her name, it's in her email.
it's under a free will
If
ministry.
you look under, if you look under that, I did put the name in QuickBooks. So
I've got
her name is in there.
I've got her name,
So-
not her church name, on my computer.
Okay,
Yeah.
She has to give out a building permit.
we should be able to follow up on that. Thank
Okay.
you.
Well, we'll definitely let you know when she's back. Neighborhood Watch from October the 9th to November the 5th reports 148 hours.
Kitty, I'm sorry, did you mention the scam that you got a phone call on the other night? That would be,
Yesterday,
yeah, that would be interesting for the community since we have a lot of elderly in here.
Yesterday, my house phone, I have a house phone and cell phone. Only people who call the house phone are the ones who want to sell me something. I answered the phone and they asked, was this Kitty Gerald? And I can't remember because I know they said you're not supposed to say yes.
Right.
I don't remember if I said yes or speaking. I don't remember which I said. Long story short, they told me they were calling from the Chowan County Sheriff's Department. And I had signed the papers to come to a federal court that I was supposed to serve on a jury. And I had signed these papers in July. I said, I never signed any papers. So, long story short, it came down to where he said, well, if you won't come down to
We're gonna give you a big fine.
to the sheriff's department immediately, we're gonna come and arrest you.
It's a scam.
And I asked him to speak to, Sergeant White is who I deal with down there. And of course, I know John, our chief deputy, and I asked for both of those. Well, they're not gonna do you any good because this is not, this is not local, this is federal, and this and that and everything. Long story short, when he told me he was gonna come to arrest me, I said, well, I guess you just have to do that, and I hung up. Called the sheriff's department, and talked to him down there, and I told them, I said, do you have, and it was Lieutenant Peterson. And they said they didn't have anybody by that name and everything, and I told them that I had gotten this call and what had happened and everything, so I said, y'all are not coming to arrest me, and she said, if we were gonna arrest you, we don't call you first. Well, I have checked, I have several friends that I have talked to, my family member and a friend in the neighborhood, and I said, if I don't turn up the next day or so, I said, come bail money.
Oh, daughter-in-law got the same call.
Who?
Oh, daughter-in-law Nikki, a few months ago.
Well, this
And
was
the
just
same name.
yesterday. Yesterday,
And
so.
she came running to our house, all upset.
Well,
Mom, what is it?
he was very official. You know, I mean, when he originally called me, you know, this is being recorded and blah, 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 and everything, just like.
Well, the thing was, she had a jury letter before from the town, but she got excused.
Well, I did too, yeah.
So
But
they
you know,
must,
he told me I had to be 85 for it.
but they must get those addresses, they must get those addresses. Where does he get the notification that you were notified by the jury?
Well,
We're
it's
gonna
the
move
same-
on to
it's
the
the same
rest of the
thing.
reports.
Yeah,
Thank you, Kitty. Thank you. Wow. Bill?
Okay, just a couple of things. A lot over on Micmac we're talking about. The lady sent me an email, said, I'm ready to build. I sent her an email back and said, you ain't ready to build nothing, you need to get X, Y, Z before you can do anything. I sent the email, came back, her inbox is full, haven't heard from her since. So that's the status of that, she has no permits for anything. Now back, I've closed the gatehouse bathrooms up, all the water's turned off, they're winterized, the faucets out front are turned off. I'll be turning this one off here before I leave today, so, other than that, not much else going on in public works.
Kitty, not Kitty, Leslie,
What?
do you need a spot to talk about nominating committee, or y'all good?
Well, all I've got to say is what we have to really emphasize this year is you're not running for a position. I don't care, every year we say that, but the people have to understand, we really just want volunteers.
Right.
If you volunteer and they say, you have your first meeting, you choose what position you want. You don't have to say, okay, I'll be whatever, in order just to pacify everybody. If that's not what you want, then you don't have to take it. But we do need to have 3 names at least put up for a nomination so that we can have a full slate of board again. But again, and please emphasize that to everybody you know, we need volunteers to run for an office, any office, as long as you're on the board, offices are open.
Right.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's mainly it.
So Leslie, when do nominations close?
What is January 7th? January
January
7th.
7th.
And Colleen's and Dana are putting that in,
It's already in the newsletter,
yeah, okay,
with the emphasis.
all right. We just need to get the names in, more than one.
Right.
Go ahead.
I say myself for last, so that I don't, yes?
Hey, sorry, real quick. So when we're gonna we've already have issues with Facebook, we've talked a lot about that. When you're gonna put something out about nominating for offices, like volunteering for offices for this, what we're talking about, make sure that you make a note that what officially is gonna happen. That the newsletter's gonna go out, that there'll be information in that, because there was something posted, I responded to it saying, I thought you had to send a newsletter out on this. Then I was told the newsletter's getting ready to go out, which is great. But to stop things from like that happening, say, hey, the newsletter's going out, this is what's happening, this is what we're asking for. Understand using Facebook to good, but alleviate the bad right out of the gate. Does that make sense?
No.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Take that into consideration. My report, because I am vice president, the long range planning person, we are sponsoring, because our focus at this juncture is to keep the Property Owners Association alive and viable. We're sponsoring a greet, meet, and eat gathering here in the clubhouse on November the 17th. And it's at 6 o'clock. We're gonna feed you some good food. It's very informal. You're not gonna be accountable to sign up or, any of that. It's for people who want to learn about volunteer opportunities. There is a blurb on Facebook about that, and I've asked that to be included on our webpage also. It's an attempt to help folks get matched up with a skill that they could help us with. Everybody has skills, and the association has needs. And we don't, want to scare people off. I plan to have some short, bulleted descriptions of committees, function, treasurer function, vice president function, just so that people who don't read the official documents, have an opportunity to understand what they might be getting into. The current board and volunteers, have been charged with bringing one person with them, that they think might be able to offer some talent. People will volunteer if they're matched up and with something that they wanna do and they feel good about doing. If I point you to something that you say, oh no, I don't wanna do that. If I had to go sell candy bars, I would starve. I can't sell things, but a lot of people can sell things. So anyway, that's our goal. So we're sponsoring that. We'll have drinks and food and, good conversation.
May I make a suggestion? I'm interested in that. However, I don't get home from work until 6:10.
You come anytime.
But one of my suggestions was gonna be for things like that, can we maybe push it to 6:30 for people who, it gives me time to get home, do whatever I need to do at home, and then get here on time. I don't like to be late. It makes my day worse.
Well, and this is a drop-in type, this particular function, we're not gonna start talking at 6 o'clock. We're gonna come in and mingle around and eat and talk and just, so you are welcome to come. But I do take that, we will take that into consideration for future events. This one's kind of situated.
And that's fine, I'm just
Please
saying,
come,
for
please come.
future events, there has been things that
Working
start
people.
before, during the week that start earlier. I'm not able to get here, I work over an hour away from here.
Yeah, I'm in that same boat. So, Colleen?
Since it's a drop-in, what time is it gonna end? It starts at 6?
I said 7, I think I said 7:30, 6 to 7:30.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll add it in there.
The vision is to meet, eat, mingle for a little while, and then sort of have some kind of a, information sharing in a more formal fashion, for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then meet and people can leave.
So I'm gonna quote you, and I'm gonna add your quote.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what the quote is, you'll like it. It's everyone has skills and the APOA has needs. That's what it is. Thank you.
All right, so that's our push. Just for you to know, we get all these, information from you guys, we get things on Facebook and, just information coming in, and, so in an effort for us not to skip things or miss things, I've started the practice of giving every board member a to-do list. This doesn't mean they have to do everything on their to-do list, but it's an effort so that I don't forget something or miss something. And, so that's kind of how I'm organizing what we're doing. So most of the things that we're putting on to-do lists are small, inexpensive things. One that's come up over and over is, picnic tables. We used to have picnic tables at the gatehouse as you go out, and so that's on the docket, and we're hunting up wood and volunteers to help maybe, come up with some picnic tables. I know there's some picnic tables that, Bob told me at the, function at the fall festival, those picnic tables that are metal, they've been taken up out of the ground, and there probably is a way that we can use those, so those kinds of things. Railings for the pier, we've got, Wendy and, her group working on finishing the breezeway up with the big mat that we all love to see there in the breezeway, and, a court board so that people can put their business cards. A lot of people like that, being able to put events and business cards there. So that, just those little things that we're gonna be working on. So anytime you say something, it goes on a to-do list or on in the minutes, so. And we have had an update on the copier printer. That's been the big, thing this, the end of this fiscal year is trying to figure out how to print newsletters and, whether we need to fix the old one or buy a new one that are like $7,000–8,000 that we really didn't want to spend or have. So we are very appreciative of this printer, copier. It's a big, heavy-duty copier that's being, donated to us. So that we'll be getting that on board. Yes, Dana?
Will it excuse me, will it have support along with that, or can we get spools to service it, or?
That was a question I had that I don't know the answer to that.
It was gotten by schools.
Okay.
And they're also gonna donate all the ink that they have for the machine as well.
So that contacting rules for the, service follow-up needs to be on somebody's to-do list, Michelle. Okay, and just to kind of give you my blurb on how I see my function from now until April, as the interim board chair, my goal is to increase communication and to stick to the facts. If you hear something, go to the horse's mouth. And I'll give you an example, if that's okay for me to, is that okay for me to use that example, Stephanie?
Absolutely.
At last month's meeting, we each had a piece of paper copy that placed on our spot here that reported up Stephanie and her husband had too many outbuildings on their property, and what were we gonna do about it, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so that was on Saturday, so Sunday after church, I just drove over to Stephanie's house and, told her, this has been reported, show me your outbuildings. She very graciously gave me the tour of her lovely property with the 2 outbuildings that she has, and, that just stopped that. And I don't have a clue who gave us that anonymous message, and I don't care, and I don't know if they even know that I did that, but I'm telling y'all now. So that kind of stuff, I just don't tolerate that. We don't tolerate that.
Because it was said that we had not gotten, permission
Permits or
for
something.
anything that we've done,
Yeah.
and that we hadn't gotten permission from the county or from
The APOA.
the APOA. And I assure you, I have paperwork in my safe right now. I can produce, if anyone would like to see, county approved and APOA approved for everything we've done to that property.
Yeah.
And I even confessed to sin. I cut down a tree and didn't know I had to do that. I didn't know I had to have that approved. So that was the only thing that I did, and that was when we first moved here. So, and I was told you have to da-da-da-da, so anything I did after that, I made sure. So just so you know.
So that's our push, and as we ride out the rest of this fiscal year, we're paying the day-to-day bills. Board members are aware of the checks and funds being dispersed. We get an email telling us what's going out, and I get a direction to go sign the checks. So all that's wide open for whoever. We don't have any big projects planned. My project from now till April is to build a board and a group of volunteers that will help carry us forward. And so that's my focus. So I'm open to any ideas about how to foster that and make that become a reality. We have so many former board members and volunteers who got disgruntled or were not treated kindly and quit, and have so many talents. And I just hate that that cycle is perpetuated and people don't share those talents anymore because somebody said something about them or they got mad or anyway, they can't work with so-and-so. So I'm just, I just think we need to all just get along. Isn't that what Rodney said when he was
Amen.
many years ago?
Yep.
Why can't we just all get along? So that's kind of how I operate. And if you're in that kind of mode or frame of mind, you're welcome to help us. And we listen to whatever you have to say. And we might be thinking, well, that's a dumb idea, but we're going to smile and say, yes, let's think about that. So please be open with your suggestions and your ideas and know that you'll be heard. So we are putting a focus on enforcement of property owner issues. So that's one of the conversations that occurred during the RC discussion group was, we've got everything looking good up here, now we need to get everything looking good back in the neighborhood. So, yes, enforcement and help with that is, definitely on the docket. So, so please email or contact us in any way if you have, suggestions. Old business, before we get to the new business. Any old business? Yes, John?
There was discussion a year ago, 6 months ago, whatever, and it seems to have been ongoing. I just would like to get a clarification. Are we clean with the IRS?
Direct that response.
We're almost finished with the CPA, and then I'll provide a full report to the board and the
Okay.
finance committee.
Can I ask in front of everybody here instead of just the finance committee, what years are still possibly being reviewed, or is it just?
They had to go ahead and do 22, 23. And we had a situation in which the QuickBooks a new QuickBooks started in the middle of the program year. So we could not access the old QuickBooks because we didn't have a password. So the CPAs had to recreate over 6 months worth of data.
Okay. So basically, we could be filing amended returns for 22 and 23.
Yeah, so they have already requested extensions and they're on it. I am in good communication with the CPA.
Thank you.
Thank you for clarifying that. Any other old business?
Just in terms of, the, board members, that we need our legal president is what's the other one? Right, we have 9 members. We have 7 or 9.
We need 6 board members, really.
Right.
Building control.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, moving to new business. We have some exciting, new business.
There you go.
Gail Furrow, if you'll come up, please. Gail has been is a new neighbor. She's been here 1 year, a little over a year now.
Over here.
Member in good standing. She lives, in the cute house right across from the gatehouse with a porch on it. I don't know the address, but y'all know the house I'm talking about, where you stop at the stop sign and the headlights shine right into our house. And, I'm gonna let her speak for just a minute, but she, has agreed to lead our, RC bylaws discussion group, which we couldn't call a committee because we didn't have a legal director. And she has experience with, property owners associations, and she has a good head on her shoulders, and she has a volunteer heart. So she has agreed for the board to appoint her to the legal board position. When we'll vote on that after she just says a word or two.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Don't get in the car with Kathy for an hour and 15 minutes going to see the Commodores, because you're gonna get talked into something. She strokes your ego. That's how she did it. So, if she can work on other members in this community, like she worked on me.
Next concert.
That's right. If she can work on them like she worked on me, we should have some more members getting into the association and getting active. But my goal is to, after got it explained to me quite a bit about what the legal person is, and Thursday night helped, especially with John and some of you past, older members of the community, not older in age, older in years, explained it to me, then I felt like, okay, that's something I can do. In my business now, I deal with a lot of attorneys. So attorneys don't scare me, anything like that, so. Anyway, so we're gonna, the first thing that the legal person is supposed to do is to review the bylaws and the RCs and to make sure that we're all up to date, and that's what we're doing. There may be changes made to the bylaws, but I can guarantee you there's not gonna be much added to the bylaws. So, we're just looking at the bylaws as how they're written now and how they're gonna be working for us as a community and as the board going forward. So, that's it. That's all I got.
Thank you.
I have a question on that. So, are you, are there two discussion groups? Or, bylaws and RCs?
We're doing it all at one time.
You do it all together, okay.
We're hitting RCs first,
Mhm.
and then we'll do the bylaws.
Okay.
Because they have to mimic each other,
Right.
and work off of each other. Yeah, so we're doing it that way. So, and I plan to, get the most current information we've got from the state, from the attorney, from animal control, and that way we can make our bylaws match what they say, what rules are in place there. So,
Also the county.
Huh?
Also the county,
Yes,
because, right, 'cause they have their own, we
Right.
have to follow those.
yeah, I'm planning to meet with those folks and make sure that we are in line with them.
Yeah.
And, so, okay? Thank you.
Can I have a motion to, appoint Gail?
I'll make a motion to appoint Gail.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
I have a quick question. Since the elections are coming up in April, am I just temporary to April then?
I think you're filling a slot that expires in 2027. But let me just say, I don't wanna get people wound up. This group here and anybody else, she may function like that, but when we get together after whatever the time is, and I don't know the dates and all that off the top of my head, but I've already asked the current board to be thinking about where they wanna serve. We are not in this for, yeah. You're not stuck with that. But again, we want people's roles to match their talents, so, that.
Basically, she's saying you're stuck with that.
And there's three positions already up for this coming election, so yours would not be one of them.
Yours is not one of them.
It's just a matter of deciding, figuring out which one it is.
So I got 2 years on it.
See, that's a good, we got
We still signs one up on the house tomorrow.
Okay, and the last, let's see. Just the last, are there any items of interest from property owners that we can cover, in the meeting? I'm open to listening to folks for however long after the meeting. Is there anything that we need to have from you guys, while we're in the meeting that needs to be reported? Yes, Kitty?
Have you all still, we had talked about it before, about bringing the programs back, like Yard of the Month, and then you were talking about the other stuff. I've got somebody to make the sign and everything,
Yes.
if you decide to go with the but I've not heard
Sam wants to get more input from the community.
okay, so until then, we'll just put the
Yeah.
sign on the back burner.
Yeah.
Well, can we use this community to get, some feedback? Can we use
Yeah,
this
that's a great
community?
idea.
Because we are the community. We're
Yeah.
here.
Anybody want to say anything about, Yard of the Month? Yay. If you want to do Yard of the Month, raise your
Raise
hand.
your hand if you want to be Yard of the Month.
It's gonna be, it's gonna be anonymous, the board will not, I don't think any of us need to get Yard of the Month, it's gonna be the community,
And that'll make the community
so-
more aware of their yard.
Yeah. Yeah, it also helps.
Maybe a best improved too, also,
So,
we'd like to put it in the newsletter then, and start it for the holiday, like for Christmas, that, what we've done in the past is that we give somebody, whoever the yard of the month is, some people would go out and they find the yard that they're like, oh yeah, this is really cool, and then they would get yard of the month, and then they would get some kind of gift, either, well, I think, like, they used to do a plant, they give them a plant, set up,
I'm
plant.
talking about gift card.
Or gift card's a great idea. So if you all agree with it, we'll put a newsletter, let people know, hey,
I see what Sam wants to
Sam?
do. He's got pretty, firm
Okay.
ideas about what he wants to do.
well, we'd like to put it in the newsletter then, to have people, like check out their yards and stuff like that, so that we get a little competition going on and get our yards, decorated. What do you think?
I got one business, Kathy.
Oh, Bill's got new business.
Anything, okay.
Okay. Since we're the community, because nobody else shows up. Out here on our pier, I have still wood to make a handrail going all the way out around the dock and come back the other side. I've had people say, let's put a rail at both sides. I've had a couple of people say, leave a space to fix a couple of boat slips up out there. Boat slips get expensive to fix because then you gotta try to make them height for certain boats, and you gotta put rubber on each side so the wood don't tear the boats up. So I'm trying to find out, do we just wanna put rails up out there? I've got enough wood left over from the pier before that we can make 2x4s out of and make handrails all the way down, out and back? Or do we wanna leave a space out there later to put boat slips in, or put the rails up there, and if we decide to do boat slips later on, we can take that portion of the rail out for the boat slips, so.
Good night. Still, thank you for that. I just wanna, the access to the beach, I think is more of a priority than even
We
the
can't do
rail.
much to the beach. Anything we do over there, we gotta get Camel's approval for.
Then I think that we need to start working on that,
We
because,
can't touch that beach, we can't go put sand on it, we can't do nothing without Camel's approval.
okay,
So we gotta know what people wanna do over there.
so what needs to happen is, there's not safe access to that beach. So that means that people who are seniors
What-
can't get down the
Yeah,
hill.
but what do we wanna do to get to the beach? You wanna put stairs in it over there, or
Absolutely,
a ramp?
there used to be stairs there, and they
I've
got
never
one
seen
away.
stairs go down there once.
Oh, yeah, there were, but they're taking, I walked down those steps.
I've had property here since.
We'll put that on the to-do list, Colleen.
Yes, I think
That'll
that
be put on the to-do list.
access to the beach is,
Beach access.
yes, it's not there.
Check with Cam and see what we can do.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, but
We
the
do
mayor
have-
in here for-
that's also been put on
That's
Facebook. Stephanie.
There's never been railings, but there have been steps.
Okay.
So, I'm wondering, we talk a lot about our senior community here. And do we have any kind of resource group? Maybe we need to consider doing a committee for seniors where if they're struggling, we know, and we have volunteers that go by and pick up their trash, take it to the dump, or go by and weed eat, or
That's a perfect example of what I'm talking about for people who want to help. We have old people who can't keep their yards up, we have some of them who are food insecure, we have some who need rides to the doctor, don't have family support. There are a lot of needs in the elderly community in our
maybe
neighborhood.
we need to get more official with the group.
I agree, I'm all for that.
We've got Are You Okay, Be Okay program.
I know what Are You Okay is, Jeff, that's an awesome program.
Yeah.
But that would be, I'm thinking, Kitty, because like you then go to this person and go, hey, this is this resource we have for you, and it becomes part of your introduction of, I'm in this senior committee, I'm gonna be around to help you, I want you to know about Are You Okay? Because Are You Okay is an amazing program, but I don't think a lot of people know about it.
And getting a lot of elderly when they see.
Any other business that needs to be
Yeah, they
reported
get-
in the
they get
business
nervous.
meeting from you guys?
One fella died.
I'm sorry.
Okay, all right, well, we are going to, close with a benediction. and my prayer left, so I guess anybody else want to pray? I guess I will. Okay, let's pray. Creator, thank you for this beautiful place that you created for us to live in. We thank you for our community members and all the help that we offer to each other. Lord, keep the interest up so that we can serve each other and those outside of our circle. Keep us safe. Amen.
Amen.